Right, Kambawa, welcome. I was trying to be clever and have the PC play the music for the background, but fortunately not. So if you hear any sounds in the background, it is the D52 still running around with its lime train, and I really fancied giving this a go. This is a GreenMax signal tower, or signal box if you prefer, kit. Looks reasonably simple to put together, so I figured that I would have a go. Now you can see it's clearly been painted here because that's definitely different colours to this, so I will look to paint it at some point, but for now I'll get the basic structure built so we can get a signal tower on the train set there and just make it look a bit better. So let's have a go. Now, I've not actually built one of these GreenMax kits before, so this is a new endeavour. Oh, that's cool, it actually gives some glazing. I'll leave the glazing out for a minute because obviously when I come to when I want to paint it, I'll need to prime it and everything, so spray prime. I don't really want to be messing up the clear plastic they've given you for the glass there. It looks reasonably simple. A nice wood grain pattern here. It's making me think perhaps the contrast paint might work nicely. But mind you, they were actually painted in real life, so fence. And there's the base. Okay, so it's going to be fairly straightforward, isn't it? In many ways, you got a base, 4 walls, and a roof. So you know you can't go too wrong there. Now something else I'm going to want to try and have a go at is put an interior inside it. So I can see they have given you a lip there. There's the one on the back of this piece. Yeah, the sort of lip as well. So they've given you the basis for making an interior. So that's something else I can look at, and that'll be another video. Will be the interior, painting this bit in the interior and putting the glass and everything like that. So you know, I'm gonna get a couple of videos out of this at least. Just like blog my progress, record my progress. So I don't think there's actually any instructions on the thing. Oh no, there is. There's some loose instructions, shall we say. Show me where the front of it is, and where to put that sort of thing, and I have to refer to the photograph for the fencing instructions. Okay. So here we go. Let's cut out the base first. Got my little mat I use for my model railway bits here. Usually I don't glue anything on this because it's I'll try and keep it cleaner, but you can see I have done the odd bit. Alright, so let's do that first and clean that up. A bit cross myself, I can't find my houses. I brought the bag at all actually, all the also corrodation bits in it. I'm not sure what that is. So that's going to be something I try and find. I think I've just had an idea, literally just as I said that. I think I've had a thought where it is. So if it is there, awesome. I'll dig that out. Okay, so we've done that, and we orientate that the same way. So you've got these representations of some rods, point rodding coming out, which is really cool. Okay, so it's the 4 walls next. I remember buying this. This was one of those ones where I saw it and I thought that is too cool not to have. So, you know, this is where we are with it. Because the Kato one, that sorry, I'm trying to orientate them in the right place. The Kato one I have is very much more prefab concrete style thing. It's a very nice box still, but it's not quite as cool as this, which is clearly an older box. course that's then the rear piece, which I believe, yes, would go that way. So there's our four sides. Simple kit. Should be a simple video. Obviously there's our roof. Nicely pre-coloured a couple of bits just to make it look a bit nicer, I suppose. It should work. It does me a favour in the manner I'm doing it at the minute, just before it gets onto the layout. So it gently does it. Stop digging into the details. Just clean it up. Try and get this bit. There we are. Just gonna keep that orientation. Components. Thing with a modelling knife like this, a scalpel or whatever, craft knife, it's very easy to start taking chunks out of the plastic, which is where my other tool comes in, this one, just to do the final cleanup. Get rid of the big lumps with this. So it's just a mould liner. It's just a mould liner roof. It's a big chunk of metal, as you can see. It just is that little bit more gentle when it comes to cleaning these things up. Okay. That way. Now run this round the whole thing. So GreenMax, you've seen me run GreenMax trains actually. GreenMax are the ones that make the fantastic shrine themed wrapping 7500 unit, the one with the flowers on it, the Four Seasons 110, Kehoe 110, and there's a couple of other items I've got which are GreenMax. They actually just supply trains in kit form, so I will have a go at one of their train kits at some point. To expand my horizons, as it were. So here we are. So the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of a test fit here. So I'm just going to, does that sit on there? Does that actually go down to the base level? It sits on there, I think. See, because I don't feel like it would probably go down there itself. So it does go up there. So look at the photograph. Yeah, it does sit on top of this. Because you got this, you can't see. You got this concrete base type thing around the bottom. This stone base. So it does sit on top of that, as opposed to at the side. Okay, so then that piece I think I can see how it comes together. I think the easiest way to do it actually is just to start off by gluing 2 walls along and then onto there, so it gets the shape, like that. Oh. Yeah, 2 walls and onto the base while they're still drying, so we can get the right angle shape in. Here we go, we're going for it. We're going for it. So I'm using Tamiya cement, stitch gel tools and Tamiya cement. Just what I use. And unfortunately, because this has got a square grid pattern on it, we can sort of use that to help line up. There's it. Then we quickly just put some around the bottom of this. There we are. Grab our base and just position it carefully. There we go. That's looking good to me. I think them. I'll tell them I helped build a GreenMax building. Of course I have. I built a goods warehouse, and that now lines up beautifully with that. So just a simple case of onto there and across the bottom again. I would like all my buildings to be lit at some point, so it really helps that I'm having to build a separate floor outside of the kit to go into to make the bit here, because it means I've got plenty of room to drill through the bottom and run a light up inside. Right, so this one's a little bit more tricky. It's glue down this side and then on the bottom. Along the side and along the bottom, just make sure there's enough there. And along the back as well, of course, don't forget the back side of it. So, because then that should just slot in nicely. There, like that, very nicely. That's very satisfying to build that so far. There we are, look at that. Just make sure everything's nice and true and together. That's fantastic. I'm so pleased with this. It's almost like an English or a British Sigma box in its basic design. And I think that's probably one of the things that appeals to me, because it's recognisable to me a bit more. Yeah, so that's part 1 of that done. So while that dries, because we don't want to start trying to put things onto this while it's still trying to dry, let's clean up the roof. So that lovely traditional tiled roof, that sort of shaped tile that they used, depending on which. I've scratched my hand, look at that. Don't know how I've done that. I hate it. Usually, though, you find these scratches when, particularly since the advent of COVID and the rise of more hand sanitizer stations around, that's where you tend to find scratches like that, isn't it? So if you have actually painted it, it's not just coloured plastic. Because look, it's coming out brown underneath there. And it's brown underneath, yeah. Yeah. We are going to have a proper tidy up of this. Oh, anyway, so just smooth that off. And then that should just nicely pop onto there. Like that. There we are. There's the signal tower coming together very nicely. I'm very pleased with this. Plus the fact I'm going to need to get down into this bit to affix some glazing down there anyway as well at some point later on. So I'm going to leave the roof separate basically. Right, now we have to flip over onto the back because I have to see how the steps go onto our door. So we've got a step. I think it steps down. Still can't see that, can you? So we've got this bit here onto this, and then onto the side there, and then there's another piece that comes down from that further. There are some locating holes on the side of this, so let's find out which one is which. Aha, I see it. Okay, is there actually a hole inside? There is. So yeah, you need to do the upper one first because the lower one has absolutely no guide holes at all, or pins at all to go into anything. So I'll try and remember to make sure I make a tag for this that says part 1. So that it's noticeably separate to, there'll be the signal box playlist then, this may cut my thumb. So be very careful, there we are. Just trying to judge when it's going to go through, I probably should use the clippers for that, really, in hindsight. I got away with it this time. So there are some ejector pin marks here, and worth cleaning those up because we want this to sit as flush as possible to the box, of course. And that's no good at all. This flash here is no good at all. We need to set that away. It's not the saviour of the universe. It's going to stop our worker from, our signal person from getting to their position. Perhaps we'll just try and use the snips for that. Let's just try and snip that there. There we are. And then we actually might use the model I removed just to. There we go. See how effective that is. A couple of scrapes and that's that all gone. You can't beat a good old blow sometimes though. Behave yourselves. You can just outright use it. You don't have to use the knife at all. You can use one of these. It's a much more safe option for young children because there's no sharp edge. Look, you can see my thumbnail changed colour, pressure, nothing. So you'd have to be really going some to do it. So maybe that's an idea. A knife just lets it happen quicker. Very annoying. I want to break out into song, which really would be annoying for you folks. Right, so we need to glue this piece onto the back there. A because it goes on facing that way. I mean, obviously, I think if you press that hard and pulled, it probably would do some damage. It's just metal after all, it's a metal edge, but it's going to be a lot safer. If I did that to the same degree with the knife, I would have drawn blood. Right, that's our stairs going together, so now let's get it onto the box. I love this box, it's so cool. So cool. Should have really done that to the stairway rather than onto the box, but oh well, we'll get away with it this time, eh? Ah, there probably was actually a sensible way to do it around, because at least we didn't put it all down put glue all down the side of the box there. So just as this bit underneath here won't be seen, I'm going to run a little bit just at the inside, because it won't be seen that well behind the steps. So dry on there. So we'll just sort of pop that way, just so that dries. Now we've got to build another set of steps for the final downward piece. It's just too cool, this. It's a really nice box. Cleaning up these bits, making sure they're nice and of course another way to remove it easily and a bit quicker is to use a sandpaper of some sort or a file. Plenty of safer options for youngsters to use, though when it comes to using plastic glue you probably want to be supervising anyway. Right, so I can see from the diagram that it goes this way up, the barrier lines up there. Obviously we've got some ejector pin marks on this side, so we're going to run the mould line remover over and just try and deal with those. We can do a little bit. That's it. Right, so we want this bit where it's a thinner gap between the upright and the two uprights is where we want it to go, and also we need now to line that all up with the actual steps, otherwise it's going to look very strange. Come on, come on. That's it. Apologies, future me watching this back, or whoever's watching this, if you can't see, but there we are. Okay, so what I'm going to do now again is actually just apply a bit of glue to our friend here. As well as then putting some onto this itself. So the area we've just glued on the other one, it attached to this bit here, so we're just going to put some on this back piece, and the bit that attaches the base of the box. Go in there somewhere. Like that. This bit's a little bit more challenging to get in. Much better word than that awful word fiddly. Darn hell was that? Someone's either just destroyed their engine, or they've blown a tyre, or both. Sounds like that. Anyway, there we are. There we go. I don't know how to go over now. Now, I think in the interest of painting and the safety of the item, I'm going to leave the fences off for now. So that is this video complete. I'll just give you a quick look at the box with the roof on. There we go. So, thank you for watching, arigato, and I'll see you with the box again another time when we come to paint it. Bye. Sayonara.